My dear lady wife frowns on that kind of behavior.
I want it to be diagonally cut, but I just don't think about it at home.
Just disgusting.
I was shamed at a slumber party.
It was like, oh, this is my favorite interview so far.
I wish we did this all day. I'm Elizabeth Olsen, and
I'm Paul Bettany.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Kathryn Hahn. We are about to play Highly Debatable. But before we do, don't forget to check out WandaVision, streaming on Disney+.
When you walk into a house, off in the house. If you're a guest, I'm not going to be that tough with you. I might suggest it, but only if you're comfortable. But my shoes are off the moment I get inside the house. It's very rough.
And you will follow them around with a mop.
When my guests are over.
I was really resistant to this because I thought it was slightly fascistic, and my wife Jennifer is very insistent about shoes off coming into the house for everybody, and I was really resistant. And then she sent me an article about what comes into your house.
Yeah.
Off the street, and I was just ghastly. So I'm definitely now in the shoes off when you come into the house.
After I lived in Russia, it's shoes and jackets, because that's how they believe you catch viruses.
72 degrees Fahrenheit.
Depends, I feel like, if it's like winter or summer, but I feel like 65 to 72 is quite a range. I'm happy living in that range.
I like things to be Arctic. I was always, and my wife really doesn't. I was very surprised when I moved to America that people seem to want the house to be freezing during the summer and really warm during they want to be able to wear a t-shirt during the winter, and they want to be able to wear a sweater inside during the summer. And it struck me as I just thought, oh, we're doomed. I grew up in the UK where we put hats and sweaters on when it's cold. Yeah. For me, it's all about the bubbles, and I don't quite understand bottled still water.
You also don't drink water. Let's be honest, Paul.
Well, that's not true. It is a vice of mine to drink too much Diet Coca-Cola when I am working. But at home, At home, my dear lady wife frowns on that kind of behavior. So I have to curtail my Diet Coca-Cola drinking, and I segue into the sparkling water arena. I like a bit of pulp. I don't know about you.
I like full pulp.
Yeah,
I want it to taste like an orange. Yes. Exactly like an orange. I don't want it to taste like anything else.
Oh, it's coffee. It's absolutely coffee. Usually an iced coffee, which is strange, but I like a cold brew these days. Even though it's the middle of winter, it's just faster. It's just a faster delivery system for caffeine.
Both. I need both. I start off with a tea because it's very good. It's like the white wine, red wine question. It's like, why would you separate like lay down a ground cover of white wine and then segue into red wine? But, yes, I have a similar thing with tea. Tea first in the morning, followed very swiftly by an espresso.
So interesting. I can't do tea first. It makes me nauseous. I have to do coffee first. Yeah.
I want a very different cup when I'm drinking tea to when I'm drinking coffee. And it's all to do with the lip of the cup. Is that weird of me? I like a thicker lip on a cup when I'm drinking coffee, and I like a thinner lip on a cup when I'm drinking tea.
Cute.
Thank you.
This is hard. I love a wedge, but I'm an American child, and those shoestring fries are dipped in like aioli and ketchup. Forget about it.
It's refined. A shoestring potato. My favorite is a shoestring, but they're hard to find. So in that case, I would say waffle. Not into the waffle fries for some reason. It's just not mine. It's just not my thing.
It's very contingent on what is next door to the. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a fish, I want a slightly thicker cut chip. French fry. And if it is meat, I want a shoestring. Even if it is a very nice piece of steak and it's a steak au poivre, there's something about that au poivre sauce and how it moves across all of those shoestrings. That's very good. Mm-hmm. This is my favorite interview so far.
I wish we did this all day.
I'm starving doing this interview with you, by the way. The more you talk about food, I would say pancakes, but I would not turn down a waffle.
Pancakes. I've never liked waffles. I don't like sweet things in the morning.
100%. If you're gonna have to do it, pancakes. But this whole American thing of putting bacon next to a pancake is just disgusting.
I treat pancakes like it's just like savory. It just has to have like only butter, no sugar, pancake.
Wow.
I know.
Did you grow up in like the Soviet Union or something? That's just
my dad. We would only use Bisquick, and I never understood putting syrup all over something that was already like buttery and fluffy. I just didn't understand it.
Yeah, we all have our issues to deal with.
Yes, I know. I'm still working on it.
I mean, when I first tasted maple syrup, I remember first tasting maple syrup because we really don't have it. I mean, a pancake is something very different for us in the UK. It's much more like a crepe, and we have it with lemon and caster sugar, and it's fantastic. And then you roll it up, it's delicious. But
so you have it like the French.
Yes, exactly. And the first time I had maple syrup, it was like, oh! I mean, it was just the best thing I'd ever tasted.
I usually don't have the patience to cut my sandwiches, so I don't usually need to. If I were to do it, I usually just do it down, just halfway down the middle, which is interesting. It looks better to do it on the diagonal, but I never do it.
I am straight unless it is a cheese and onion sandwich and with white bread. In that case, I like a little diagonal action.
See, when I buy a sandwich, though, I want it to be diagonally cut, but I just don't think about it at home. Right. That's my problem.
No, that's right. Because when you're at the Pret a Manger and you want that little, I want that in that little box, and I want that.
Yeah,
I want that.
Yeah, me too. And I don't do it at home.
No, it's so weird. I'm going to endeavor to remember and remind myself.
Me too.
It's festive.
It's much more enjoyable. It is festive. Festive is the perfect word.
There's a big debate in my house. It's chunky for me, and it is smooth for everybody else. I love it chunky. This is very different. The whole nut butter chunky or smooth situation is very tricky for me. Because I like both, but I also I really like there to be less additives in, but then I like a non-stir, but then that is really tricky to find, so I always end up with the you have to stir it thing, which is a real pain in the derriere.
Me too. We have both. We always have both, but it always has one ingredient.
Yeah.
That's my rule. And it could have two if it has salt, but other than that, one ingredient, and it ends up being a churner.
Yeah, it's a churner, and that's really, I get it everywhere. I don't understand.
Everywhere.
Because there's more.
The first churn, forget about it. The first churn, just forget about it.
You might as well just spoon out oil.
The oil.
and then put it all over your wrists and your sweater. I'm just gonna, because that's where it's going. Real problem for me. It's over. It's definitely over. And people.
I was shamed in elementary school, actually, at a sleepover party. And her name is Shayla. And, and I put toilet paper back on the roll, and she told me I did it wrong. Or maybe it was Jenna. They were best friends, so I might be combining them. It doesn't matter.
Shame them both.
I was shamed at a slumber party for putting it under. And ever since then, I have been over. And I was like single digits.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over. I'm over. And by the way, and this is a little tip from the top, you can make yourself feel like you're having some sort of staycation by just folding it into a little diamond shape every time you finish, a little triangle every time you finish. Do it yourself. It's a little thing for the next person that comes, your dear lady wife or your child that comes into the bathroom after you. Just fold in those little edges and make it feel like you're in a hotel.
We want you to check out WandaVision on Disney Plus.
Yeah, check it out. What else are you gonna do? It's gonna be great.